Launches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome to the Ultimate Super Coach and Fantasy Sports Show. You are now listening to the Insight Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Boom shakalaka!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to Season 10, Episode 1 of the ANZPL Podcast 2K Show here on the Insight Fantasy Sports Network. I am your host, the Super Coach Horse, otherwise known as the Horse. And with me, it's not Braino tonight. Braino's going to have a couple of weeks off. It's Deadly, our man, the myth, the man from the Discord who knows everything punting-wise. How are you? And welcome, mate.
Good, mate. Good, mate. Yep. Keen to rip in, chat some 2K. It's my expertise, I reckon. So,
let's hope that we can get this off to a cracking start, mate, because this did start off really well at the start of last year, and then as we all know, the 2K game faded. I guess the competition side of things started to fade, but this year it's probably as popular as ever with new players coming into the game, some old players coming back, and some very well-known players and experienced players within weeks, I guess, having their tryouts for the 2K season and Euro League. So this is going to get rather large. And for those of you that are joining us for the first time, last season we had 3 people join us on our streams for live chats who ended up being drafted to the 2K leagues in America. So for the Australasian server, Australia, New Zealand and surrounds, this is the central hub for all things 2K and the very best league getting around when we're talking NBA 2K. On tonight's show, we are going to talk about all results that happened in week 1 of the ANZPL. We're not just talking about the best teams. We're not talking about the mid teams. Everyone gets a look in here. We're talking through the top performers of the week. We're also going to give out our ANZL Player of the Week award. The Player of the Week will win a prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze, and we thank them for their support or their ongoing support. But before we get into all that, mate, I want you at home, if you're a part of this scene, to send in your clips. If you've got the best clip that you think will win yourself a prize, send them. There's a link below in the description. If it's not there, I'll add it after the video. We want you to send in everything you got, because if your clip is the best, starting from next week, you will win a prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze as well. They're ripping sponsors to have. You can send them through anonymously if you like, but we need to know who it is if you're going to win, of course. Now, Deadly, we're going to get straight into it, mate, because there are a shit ton of games to get through.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start off with the D tier, mate. They swept Cancun 2-0. Anything surprising in this one?
I wouldn't say surprising, nah. D tier are one of the top Xbox teams in the server. There's 2 real good Xbox teams in there. They've got some really good players.
Yeah. Yeah, so fairly lopsided series to start off this one. He average winning margin was 16 points. Hakaru with 30 assists for the series, the first series of the new season. And Reefin with 27 boards, the standouts there. Shot Moist, that's one of the best names I can see on the game. Average 27 points for Cancun. He needs more out of his teammates, though, for them to be any sort of real threat, don't he? Or doesn't he?
Yeah. He was on the NZ team last year, Shot Moist. He had a few real good players around him, Flu Meadow, people he likes. And, if he can get some of his other experience into his other boys, you never know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In our first 3-game series of Season 10, the Hooligans win a close one against Sans Dua 2-1. Both teams have been rolling around for a few seasons now with 2K. Game 1 went the Hooligans' way, 69-66, with Ozark, of all people, showing how much he's actually improved on the sticks, mate.
Yeah, Ozark a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Wasn't too crash hot, but he's improved year by year, and he's getting there.
Yep. I'd love to say that he's learnt what he has off me, because he did start in the Sanctuary with me way back in the day. But no, he's a lot better than what I ever will be. So game 1, 21 points, 13 assists there. Carlton Dry, the Croc, 27 and 12 also in the win. Greek Iverson, formerly known as Dennis Phoenix, 25-11 in the loss at PG. Game 2 went Sands Duer's way in a blowout win by 30 points, 84-54. Everyone from Sands Duer pulling their weight in the win. But Game 3, Hooligans come back to win 58-51 to clinch the series. Ozark with 30-5 leading the way. Did you see anything surprising in this one apart from Ozark and his rapid improvement?
I'd say just Hooligans winning full stop was a bit of a surprise to me. I thought Sands Duer would have this one easy after I played Sands Duer this week, got lost to them, but they're not an easy team to beat. They call a lot of off-ball movement, and Dennis Phoenix likes to control the offense, and Hooligans played some very good defense game 1 and 3 and were able to shut them down.
That's right. Speaking of the Greek Iverson or Dennis Phoenix, however you might know him, there might be a little clip later on, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, that will win or be close to winning our first ever play of the week. Now, in their ANZPL debut, the Pookie Bears beat Winner Sports 2-1. Leading the way for the Pookie Bears was Reigns Sean, with 15-11 and 7, almost a trip up in the win. Ayor Carlos tried his best with 14-10, but just fell short. In Game 2, we saw the blokes across the ditch, 63-60, with young Drillick stepping up big in this one, 26-8 in the win. Ayor Carlos again with 22-10, Bandito with 11-10 in the loss. What did you take out of Game 3, mate?
Well, Game 3 saw Pookie Bears win 58-50. It's a pretty even contribution from all the Pookie Bears here. Rich C with 20 and Heaney out of the corner shooting perfectly.
Yep.
They're not too bad, Pookie Bears. They've got Bandito there. He's been around for a few years. He's one of the better shooters in the server, people would say. And
he's a previous Player of the Week winner here on the Insight Fantasy Sports. Ayor Carlos for Widow Sports, 3 double-doubles in 3 games, mate. He got 14 and 12 in Game 3 as well. Yeah,
very solid from Carlos. He's a bit of a joke. He's not a joke, but there's big jokes made about him. Old giraffe. But he's really starting to come into his own, especially if he keeps hanging around with Dollar and all them. He'll keep improving.
Yeah, absolutely. If you hang with a good crowd and people that know what they're doing, you are going to rapidly improve. The Crayons in our next series hold on 2-1 against the Queen's Guard. The Crayons have been around for a long time, haven't they?
Oh yeah, Pass Fake and all of his little boys. I don't know where they've when they started, but they've been around since even before I was around. So
yeah, absolutely. Game 1, mate. I Pass Fake with 35-10 and Girk with 20-14 in the win. Girk being a previous winner of the Player of the Week with us as well. Mohammed with 12-13 for the Queen's Guard in the loss. Game 2 saw Queen's Guard with perhaps the upset of the season so far with the 1-point win. Fiend Taj with 22 on 86% shooting, leading the way for the Queen's Guard. I Pass Fake, with 35-7 helpers in the loss. Game 3, mate, saw a bit of a blowout in the end with the Crayons winning by 20.
Yeah, Pass Fake again, 29-10. Best player of the series, obviously. Girk contributed with another double-double, but Pass Fake's off to a very nice start to his season here, and we'll see later on he keeps it up.
And the Brain, of course, just putting his 2 cents in. Finally, good to see a good-looking co-host. Sands Duer, mate, sweep the Jelly Squad. 2-0, average winning margin of 13 points in this series, with the damage being done by halftime in both of these games. O'Kragger with 17 boards, 7 assists, and 0 points. Unreal stat line to help his team win Game 1.
A bit of you about that, you and the Rec about that stat line, just contributing to the boys, not really looking for your own success.
It's where all the great players play, don't they, in the Rec?
Oh.
Greek Iverson was the best player of this series, though, averaging 34 points and 8 assists in this series. Demon Dark and X Daily battled hard for the Jelly Squad, but they were outclassed. The Takeover Squad sweep the MILF Hunters, the second best team name getting around this series, 2-0. Average winning margin in this series was 16 as well, which was just shown the skill and class of the Takeover Squad. McSnag averaging 15.5 points and 21 boards for the series, probably the player of the series in this one, and Ethimon, someone that's been around for a little while as well, playing PG, too classy in this one.
Yeah. Got Snag in the chat at the minute, actually. Nice little series you put together here. And just quickly, have you seen the Milf Hunters' new logo this year?
I haven't, no.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna have to. You have to have a look at it soon. It's
we're gonna have to
bloody
dig it up.
beautiful. It's bloody good.
What do we got next, mate? We got the SWAT defeating the Southside Swingers 2-0. Average winning margin of 19 in this one shows that this was fairly lopsided as well. SWAT have put together a team that'll definitely contend come season's end.
Oh, yeah.
Mitts with 31-11 at PG in the first game of the series, and Job Knock with 22 and 4 steals, the standouts. Lockeye with 2 double-doubles in this series also. Mate, now we're going to talk about one of probably the premier teams for the past 3 or 4 years, NWO.
Yeah.
They sweep the Pookie Bears 2-0. What did you see in this series?
Just no way out being no way out.
Yeah.
They're just too good. They're going to be, once again, the team to beat until they somehow get back to America or something. They're just so hard to beat. They've played with each other for too long they just know what everyone's doing. They're just too good.
Yeah. The Pookie Bears are actually in both games at halftime, but experience just took over. When you got the likes of Kristaps, Harry, Golden Dunk, and Delay, that's a very, very good team. The workload was shared. And I'll come out and say it. The only thing that's probably going to beat them this year is Matty V and his blow up. So if he can keep it together, I reckon that they're a very good chance of winning the season. He's a very good lock, though, isn't he? He definitely knows the spots to get to.
Matty plays a lot. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Tough to play against, actually. He's very, very bumpy.
Yep. 2 new teams in the comp, mate. Lethal sweep New Vengeance 2-0 in their first series. Average winning margin for Lethal was 18 in this series, so they've done this one fairly comfortably. Clutch leading the way in this series with 23-9 and then going 29-8 in both of his games. Quicker with 17-18 and 5 in game 1, being one of the better stat lines that we've seen so far. Drix was the standout for New Vengeance, averaging 21 points and 6.5 assists. Unknown, they sweep Cancun, mate. With me having a partial interest in this team, I'll let you talk about Unknown, mate.
Well, they just happen to have the second best centre to have in the rec in X Delaney, only behind his good brother sitting next to me, the horse.
The second best centre in the family, you're right.
Yeah. This team is going to be one of the ones to watch towards the end of the season as well. Will Moven, if he's on, he's arguably up there with Harry.
He's one of the better PGs on the sticks, isn't he, in our server? They'll be right there with NWO come season's end. They average the series winning margin of 25 points. Will Moven was moving in this one. One of the best PGs in this server, 25, 10, and 5 steals in game 1, then backed it up with 17 and 10 in game 2. X Delaney averaging 18 boards, 12.5 points, and 4 assists for the series as well. But I want to give a shout out to G-Force, mate. So G's been playing the center position for probably coming into his 3rd season now. And from what I've seen, he's really improved his game. Averaged 14 boards in this series and got to some good spots. So if you're listening, G, keep it up. Good work.
Love that.
The Pals, they sweep the Mailmen 2-0. Fairly comfortable series win here for the Pals, led by the Driz man himself, averaging 22 and 16 boards for the series. I'm not used to seeing Driz at center.
Yeah, he's moved around a bit, Driz. Started at sharp. Most people would know him as a sharp, and then he sort of shifted to center, and he's doing it just as good there. So why not?
Yep. With D Whitey at anchor as well. He's probably one of the better anchors as well in our server.
There, definitely.
This team could give some of the top tier teams a bit of a scare on their day.
Yeah, they could give him a shake for sure. Yep.
Yeah. BP Thumper was the best player for the Mailmen in this series, who in this one failed to deliver. Get it? Mailmen? Haha. Anyway, we'll move on. The Pals then back it up with another series sweep against KMTN. This series was actually really close, with both games not being decided till late in the game. 49-44 in game 1, then 45-41 in game 2 shows that defense won this matchup. It was a battle of the bigs in this one, with Driziana and Max Scher leading the way for their sides, respectively. Ice Hot Gaming, sweep, Prophecy 2-0. What'd you see?
Game one, it's just all defense. 47 to 41 scoreline. Not too many shots getting hit, and a lot of few defensive stops. I'm D Shine. There's the difference. Good double from him, and it's bit more free flowing in game two.
Yeah.
With 71 to 60 being the final score. A bit more offense this time, and some shots were able to fall.
Yep. Gary, his job at lock in this series was actually pretty insane, holding the PG to 13 of 37. And Millhouse as well with an 18-10 double-double in game two, helping his side with the sweep. Ruthless, a team that we've seen near the top. They're probably a top 4 team in our server as well. Sweep the Baines effect 2-0. Average winning margin in this series was 13 points. One of the massive things that both you and I have taken out of this game, this series, and perhaps what's going to happen for the rest of this first season is perhaps the best center in the server, Farage, arguably between him and Kristaps and a few others.
Yeah.
He's gone corner to corner playing at the 4.
Yeah. It's something I didn't expect to see, but when you sort of look at their lineup, you see Fernandez, he's been one of the top anchors. He's been around for a long time. Akim, he can sort of switch between, anchor and C, but he's more of a center. So it's just sort of getting the people in their best positions, and Farage can sort of just go anywhere.
It's a group of lads that obviously they get along really well. They've been together for a long time, and they just know the game.
Yeah, they're just all bloody hard to guard.
And we both discussed this. Farage going corner to corner almost. Average 16.5 points, 12.5 assists, boards, 4 assists, 3.5 steals, and 1 block per game.
It's unreal stats, just out of the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. Gid was good as well. 2 double-doubles in this series from the guard spot, 23-11 and 20-11 in both those games. Cancun now come out and sweep Ice Hot Gaming 2-0. Fairly comfortable series win here by Cancun with an all-round team performance. King Laggy with 41 points and 6 steals across the 2 games. G-Force, his name comes up again. 12 points, 21 boards in game 1, 12 points and 24 rebounds in game 2. Cody Kong was the pick from the Ice Hot Gaming squad with a very solid 30 points and 8 assists in game 2, but coming up just short. Goon Nation now overcame a game 1 winner to come back and beat the Jelly Squad 2-1. Now, you obviously play for the Goon Nation, mate.
Yep.
I know that you're not a biased person, but in this series, this was really close. Like, I know you guys went down, but it was good viewing.
Yeah, well, we struggled early. Game 1, the first half of game 1, we let up too many points that I know we wouldn't want to let up, and we just didn't score the way we wanted to. We started to come back and then just slipped right at the end. I actually let up the game winner on me, which wasn't ideal, but what can you do?
No, that's right, mate. It is what it is. But a fairly well fought out series there. Hopefully you blokes bounce back in week 2. We'll be talking about you guys again later on. Full court press. Straight up. Sweep the Crayons 2-0. Very close series. Win for one of the best teams on Xbox, led by Lillard. 27.5, and 10 over the series. He was helped along by Courtism and Sunsets, averaging 16 and 13.5 respectively. Frontman pass fake with another 2 absolute rapping stat lines. 39 and 9 in game 1 and 27 and 11 in a 65-62 defeat in game 2. Pass fakes, big man Girk had a hand with 19.5 and 9 boards over the series. These 2 teams, they're probably on the edge of finals, would you say? Like, you've got your unknowns, you've got your NWOs, you got these sorts of teams, and then you've got the Crayons. They're always there and thereabouts with finals.
I really like the look of this full court press team, this Xbox team that's come over. Yeah, Lillard, he's a really good shooter, great point guard, and he didn't play this game, but they got a shooting guard called Micah, and he's another one of the really good shooters in the league, and coming over from Xbox there, they'll be a good backcourt.
Run the break. Sweep Widow Sports New Zealand crew 2-0 with their first appearance in the ANZPL 2K25. Run the break come out all guns blazing with new look point guard Brookers having a very respectable 21 and 8 average over the 2 games. One of the better pick and roll defenses in this league with Danny and Clax holding the PG and C to only 25 points in game 1 and just 19 points in game 2. That's absurd, mate.
Yeah, they've been around playing together for a while, Danny and Clax, and they know each other like back of each other's hands. Yeah,
tough series for the NZ boys. They just couldn't get things rolling. However, they are getting better as a team, though. They did start coming together last season, and
it's sort of it's about two or three of them that were together, and they've sort of got another couple that just were floating, couldn't really make the top NZ squad, but they're not bad. They've put up a decent fight against Run the Break, and they're not no slouch of a team.
No, they're not. That we've seen them there and thereabouts in previous seasons gone by as well. Mate, Run the Break. Back it up with a 2-0 series sweep over new team Relentless. I'm going to let you talk about this series, mate.
Yeah, so Brookers, again, he's got a really good scoring ability. He's one of the better scorers, and he's one of the better stage point guards as well. He's sort of transitioned over to Prime recently.
Yep.
And, when it comes playoffs, Danny and Clax, they'll be wanting to put a dent into opponents' point guards and centers, and they're just they're probably the best, or one of the best pick and roll defenses right now. Yeah,
the best lock anchor combo.
Yeah, I reckon that at least top 3 anyway. Yeah, they're really hard to score against.
For sure. Whiskey to Toxic and Kenshay supplied a very nice partnership for Relentless, dropping 43 together in game 1. They'll be okay once they get a few games together. They'll win some games.
Yeah.
Show No Mercy come back to win 2-1 against the Toenails. Game 1, defense reigned supreme as Toenails get it done 52-49. Half a cookie dropping 22, helping Toenails big time, with the Maltese Thunder helping him out with 16. Q Razzie in a new look center position led Show No Mercy with 23 and 12, while friend of the show, Dr. Hamo, Astute Newstead, put up 17 and 9. Game 2 was a bit more of what we expected to happen, with Show No Mercy winning comfortably 77-53. Dr. Hamo dropping 32 to go along with 10 helpers, led the way while Q Razzie chipped in with 18 points and 20 boards in a dominant win. Game 3 was close, but ultimately Show No Mercy completed the comeback with a 60-55 win, led by the PNR duo of Q Razzie and Dr. Hamo, dropping 20 points, 14 assists, and 24 points and 14 rebounds, respectively. XKVS, the world, was Toenails' best player with 19 points, while a shout-out has to go to Show No Mercy lockdown scrim, holding Toenails' point guard to just 13 points all series. That's insane.
13 points is... the Toenails point guard, he's not much of a scorer, I've noticed. He likes to get past the rock around. He's probably going to be up there top 3 in assists, the point guard, but still just 13 points all series is... I mean, geez.
The Crayons now. They beat Show No Mercy 2-1 in a competitive series. Game 1 saw a Show No Mercy close win, 50-43. Dr. Hamo again with 16 and 8, helped by Abaji at shooting guard, 16 points of his own, and Q Razzie with 11 and 18. Pass Fake with another dominant series here, 23 and 7 in their team, just falling short. Game 2 started out very close, and Show No Mercy led every quarter up until a huge defensive quarter by the Crayons, in the last, giving up only 5 points to win 55-46, with Pass Fake again 31 and 8 leading the way for the Crayons. Game 3 was almost an exact replica, with Show No Mercy leading going into the 4th and then getting held to 5 points in the last, while the Crayons scored 17 of their own. Pass Fake again leading the way with 21 and 14. Crayons finishing the week with a 4-4 record. And given who they played against, they'll be happy with that.
I'd take that. Yep.
They've played some pretty good teams this week.
Tough teams in their conference. Yeah, they'll be right around playoffs when it comes to it.
Yep. The Baines Effect sweep takeover 2-0. What'd you see?
Fairly close to start the series. Baines Effect taking game 1 60-55, and a more comfortable win in game 2, winning 56-47.
Yep.
Point guard Robin dropping 20 and 12 in game 1, and his center Flavor getting 2 double-doubles in the series.
Flavor. Yep.
The pick of the losers was Band, grabbing 36 boards in the 2 games over the series, and Old Man IQ providing 10 threes from the corner.
From the corner?
Decent shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. DTR sweep MILF Hunters 2-0. And we're going to have to get a look at that logo when we can. Fairly close series with a lot of points on offer for both teams and a much better performance for the MILF Hunters compared to their series against Takeover. Hackaroo with 2 double-doubles in this series, helped by a 25-point, 13 rebound performance in game 1 by Reefin, were the difference makers for D-tier. Ice Snakey with 20 and 11 in game 1 just wasn't enough for the MILF Hunters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are this year giving out a prize each week for the play of the week in the ANZPL. If you believe that your play is worthy of winning play of the week, you need to send your clip to the Insight Fantasy Sports Gmail account. We will filter through them and we'll have a top 3 each week. This week, however, we've had to do our own digging purely because no one in the community knew about what we were running. But it just so happened that the clip of the week was against your guys, mate. I'm just going to play it and then we'll talk through it. So to the Greek Iverson, Dennis Phoenix, congratulations. You're our first winner of the play of the week. Here it is.
Lethal cut. No. Miss. Oh, green.
Oh
my God. Holy fuck. Dude, I just checked that shit up.
There's no way, bro.
Unreal.
That's insane.
Unreal. I don't know. It doesn't pop up there because he's got the instant green thing, but that was open. And our anchor jumped all kinds of in his face. Yep, that was open.
Wow.
No.
So, Greek Iverson, no doubt you're listening. You're a big supporter of the show, mate. Hit us up. You are our first winner of the Standard Squeeze prize pack. Thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. Now, these guys did sweep you guys 2-0.
Yep.
It was fairly close, though.
Look, yeah, they did sweep us, but they're a tough team to defend against. You've got to stay locked in 24/7. They run so many plays. And Dennis Phoenix just wouldn't miss a shot. I feel like our lock was playing good defense on him. He wouldn't miss. But at the same time, our offense wasn't flowing as much as we'd like it to. But we'll get there. Yep.
You will. Relentless sweep Widow. The boys across the ditch 2-0, very close series, with each game being within 6 points, which saw some big quarters by Relentless being the difference. Whiskey Too Toxic with a massive 33-10 and 3 steal game in game 1 was the difference maker. And it's Copo with a 10 threes point series from the corner again was the pick of the losers, but it wasn't enough for them to get a win. DTR sweep takeover 2-0. DTR winning game 1 by 27 and winning 7 of the 8 quarters in this series. Do you see anything here?
Yeah, decent little, just solid win for D-tier.
Yep.
Takeover had a good little comeback in game 2, but yeah, this D-tier team's really nice. Hackaroo's good point guard.
He is. Yep.
Yeah. And their shooting guard Lemons, he's when he's on, he's really tough to defend as well. Yep.
Show No Mercy hold out Sanctuary to win 2-1. My old team, the Sanctuary, takes one off one of the better teams in their conference thanks to a nice series from Awareness at shooting guard. Game 1, Show No Mercy did just that, winning comfortably 76-53, led by the big man Q Razzie with 30 to go along with Dr. Hamo's 23 and 8 and Screams 16 and 12. Awareness was the best for Sanctuary in game 1, dropping 18 to go along with 3 rips. Game 2 saw a complete change with Sanctuary winning 53-51, led by Awareness grabbing 8 steals in a huge defensive performance from the Sanctuary. My man Jimmy Kuso chipped in with a double-double, while Dr. Hamos 25-5 and the big guy Q Razzie 15 and 6 steals, proving that it wasn't enough. Game 3 was much of the same as what we saw in Game 1. Show no mercy, having a comfortable lead all game and closing it out 64-54. Dr. Hamo and Scrim both getting double-doubles, and Awareness capped off his solid series with 24 points of his own. New Vengeance win over Rise 2-0 due to a forfeit. So that's our first forfeit of the year, something we don't like to see, and we'll call out later in the season if it continues to happen. Lethal survive a big push from Low Key Academy to win 2-1. What did you see, Deadly?
Big offensive performance from both teams in Game 1, with the final score being 70-62. 685 dropping 15 and 14, while his centre Doxy put up a nice stat line of 17, 12 and 6. And Low Key Academy's point guard and centre also put up double-doubles in the loss.
Yep.
Game 2 was much better for Low Key Academy. They put that Game 1 defeat behind them and blew out Lethal 70-48.
Yep.
Patch SJ was very impressive with a 25 and 16 assist stat line. And Low Key Academy's anchor Masters contributed 5 steals on the defensive end, solidifying a good win. And Game 3 saw almost the complete opposite of what we saw in Game 2, with Lethal putting up a blowout performance of their own, winning 65-51, with 685 and Bless combining for 41 points. Low Key Academy's point guard Patch SJ put up 26 in the loss, but it just wasn't enough.
Good series, that one. The Pals in the next one sweep the Jelly Squad 2-0. Very comfortable win for the Pals, with an average winning margin being 18 points per game. It's Max dropping 19.5 and 10 over the series, was helped by Driz inside 17.5 points and 8 rebounds. D. Whitey averaging 4 steals, Shake averaging 2.5 steals, and Marshy averaging 2.5 steals. Showed just how solid this team is.
Yeah, really solid team, really good defensive team, both sides of the ball. Really good.
I'll tell you what, along with Q Razzie and I Pass Fake, I reckon Driz might be up there in the finalists for Players of the Week.
Yeah, Driz had a really nice week, and Crazy's real. He's always solid, no matter what position he plays on. And Pass Fake's probably the one to beat at the minute.
I think so. Full Court Press sweep the Sanctuary 2-0. Fairly easy series win for Full Court Press as they make their case as the best team on Xbox. Game 1 being a 24-point win. Lillard and Micah combined for 57 points in Game 1 and 43, in Game 2. Sunsets put up a near triple-double in Game 1, dropping 8 points, 20 boards, 9 assists. Sanctuary put up a bit of a fight in Game 2, only losing by 6 on the back of a big performance from Big Visor, dropping 22, 9, 5, and 4 steals. Sanctuary's shooting guard, mate, Awareness, showing off his scoring ability again, averaging 24 in this series in the loss.
Yeah, he had a really, really solid week, Awareness. Hadn't really heard too much about him before this week, but yeah, he put me on notice for sure. He averaged a solid 20-something this week.
They've got some good pieces there with Jimmy Kuso, Adzi, Awareness. Yeah, just give the boys time. Hopefully they get
absolutely.
it together. Hooligans, they sweep Thanos squad. This is the first time we've seen the Thanos squad this year. 2-0. Somewhat close this series with not too many notable stat lines popping out. Hooligans come back after being down at the start of the fourth to win Game 1 by 9. Ozark dropping 20 and 14 to go along with a double-double from Croc, setting them up to win the series. Not much really else to speak about?
No, not really. No real other standouts.
Yeah. The NZ Black Sweep. Kiss My TNs 2-0. Seriously close series, this one. Game 1 being within 4 and Game 2 being a 1-point heartbreaker for Kiss My TNs. Defense being king in this series with both teams struggling to score. Little Horsey Boy being the difference maker in this one, Deadly.
Yep. Had a really, really solid 2 double-double performance, I think it was. Hold on, let me just whip the score up. Yeah, 2 double-doubles and just some really, really nice defensive performances from Sensei and Mona, especially in Game 2.
Jez, it's good for
Uh,
the Kiwi boys to have Mona playing there too, isn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely. He's got all the expertise in the world.
Yeah. I really like Sensei too.
Yeah, he's definitely improved a lot compared
Heaps.
to when he was at
Yeah.
the start. Yeah, he was. I won't say bad, but he wasn't as good as he was now. Anyway, he's pretty.
Yeah. He's put some time behind the sticks and
Yeah,
yeah, he's
absolutely.
definitely improved a lot.
Yep.
Thanos sweep the Mailmen 2-0. Fairly close game in game one. Was overshadowed by an absolute blowout in game two. Defense again being king. No real standouts again, mate.
Yeah, not really. No real standouts. I mean, BP Thumper with a double in game two. Tidsy put up some really nice defensive performance
Yep.
in game two as well. But besides that, no real individual standouts. The squad just got it done as a team.
First time we're seeing Exie this year. They sweep the Toenails 2-0. For how good we know Exie to be, this was a very respectable series for the Toenails with some all-round solid performances from both teams. Game one saw the Exie boys win 79-62 with Jay Chang 25 and 13, Tayden with 23 and 10, Dollar contributing 20 of his own. Toenails saw some nice offense too, with Clutters dropping 13 and 15, and Half a Cookie putting up 28. Game two was a little closer with Exie running away with it, 72-65. Jay Cheng with 17 and 17, Tayden 25 and 6, Dollar scoring 23 again. XKVS, the world, with 23 and 7, was the main man for Toenails in this game, with Clutters showing off his playmaking ability with another 14 assists. That's good for the Toenails, considering where they've come from, to actually give XE a bit of a nudge.
Yeah, absolutely. And that last game was no pushover for Exie. They had to come back. They were actually down going into the fourth and come back and got themselves back into it and won. Yeah, really solid performance for Toenails.
And we see Exie back it up and sweep liabilities. It says it in their name, a bit liable on the defensive end, with the average winning margin being 15 points. Jay Cheng averaging 21 and 8.5 over the series, along with Torbett averaging 18.5 and 13.5. SWAT then come out and defeat Exie 2-1, which was perhaps one of the better matchups of the week, Deadly.
Yeah, probably matchup of the week in my eyes. This was two really solid teams that have been with each other for ages. That, will definitely both be in playoff contention.
Yep. Game one saw a 1-point win for SWAT, 49-48, with both teams' locks absolutely clamping up the opposition's PG, with Torbay getting 5 steals and Pope getting 4, Lockeye with a double-double for SWAT. Game two was better for Exie as they win 55-47, with Jay Cheng 16 and 9, assisted by Dollar putting up 18. Mitz with 20 and 6, and Lockeye double-double again. Wasn't enough in the loss. Game three, SWAT worked it out and won comfortably, 62-40. PG, the Mitz, getting his offense flowing and being the difference, dropping 28 and 10, helped along by Lockeye's third double-double of the series. Exie finished the week with a 5-2 record and will look to make this series a thing of the past come playoffs. 5-2, while that sounds good on paper, I'd expect Exie to probably be a little bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I'd say they'd be probably a bit disappointed with it, especially with how well they've been playing, especially in those previous two series. But they'll look to fix that up before playoffs. Yep.
The Baines Effect sweep Asylum 2-0. Very comfortable series win for the Baines Effect as they win with an average winning margin of 24 points in this series. Godku with an average of 27 and 7 threes per game out of the corner was key. Robin posting 2 double-doubles and Flavor having 2 near triple-doubles were just too good. A solid game two from Asylum. CRXHC. I'm not even going to try and say that.
Yep.
25 and 11, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Diddley, Ruthless. They sweep Prophecy 2-0.
Yeah, very dominant series for Ruthless. They're looking one of the teams to beat, especially in their conference. They'll probably top their conference.
Yeah.
Average winning margin of 16 here. Gideon and Akim both put up double-doubles in game one, with Farai dropping 19 and 8 again out of the corner, and then Fernandez putting up 4 steals of his own. And game two was just as good, as Gideon drops 31 and 6, and Akim and Faraj both get themselves double-doubles. They're becoming a really, really tough team to beat.
Absolutely. Ruthless sweep Asylum 2-0 in a forfeit as well. So we move on. New Vengeance sweep Sugar Plums. Is this the first time we've heard from the Sugar Plums?
I believe it is, yeah. First time we've heard of the Plums, yep.
2-0. In a very close series, New Vengeance just get over the line and get the sweep, led by Drix. 18-14 in game 1 to go along with 25-11 in game 2. Keanu getting himself 9 steals across the series, and Hims getting a near triple-double in game 2, but it wasn't enough for the Sugar Plums. I was about to call them Golden Plums, but they are the Sugar Plums. No way out. They sweep Relentless 2-0, winning by an average margin of 26 points per game. Our man Harry averaging 22.5 and 5 and the pick and roll defense of Jono and Dunk averaging 7.5 steals in the 2 games, along with Chris Stapps averaging 13.5, 18 boards, 7 assists. This team is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, they cruised to this one.
Yeah.
Absolutely cruised.
Sanctuary, they get the sweep.
They've done it.
Get around them.
Didn't even need you.
Jimmy Cuso. Very solid series here for Sanctuary as they finish the week on a high. Awareness once again, the best player in the series for the Sanctuary, 27 and 5 steals for them. Big Visa, don't know how to say that, was also massive for the Sanctuary inside, averaging 26 and 12 for the series. Jay Fry put up 27 and 8 in game 2, but it just wasn't enough for the Swingers. NZ Black sweep the Mailmen 2-0 deadly. Pretty convincing for the boys across the ditch.
Yeah, average winning margin of 19. And we've got a bit of vintage Flu Meadow from the start of last season. As some of you might remember, he dropped 100 to start last season, and he's come out and dropped 42 in game 1 in this series. And he's backed it up with a solid 25, and he's only missed 7 shots all series.
Oh, wow.
So very, very solid from Flu.
Yeah. Horsey helped out with 2 near triple doubles in this one, 9, 14, and 8 he averaged. BP Thumper for the Mailmen again, 2 double doubles in a series loss. Seems to be carrying the team a little bit there for the Mailmen. Run the break, sweep the Sugar Plums 2-0. Comfortable series win for Run the Break, winning all 8 quarters in this one. A double-double from each of Itzvesi and Billy Blue in game 1, had the offense rolling early. Game 2, Clacks dropped 21 from the corner to go along with 2 steals and 3 blocks. Hims averaging a double-double for the series, but wasn't enough for the Plums against a very tough team. The Pookie Bears, sweep Lethal 2-0.
Yeah, very, very close series, this one, actually. Defense was absolutely king in both games. Both games ended up being fourth quarter comebacks for the Pookie Bears after trailing.
Yeah, right.
And despite getting 10 steals as a team in game 2, Lethal just couldn't get their offense rolling, and they ended up falling short by a point.
Offense will come. Defense, if they're getting the steals, they're halfway there.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, there's no real individual standouts besides maybe the lock and anchor, because there's just all good team defense this series. No one could put the ball in the basket.
No. In our next series, Hooligans sweep Reach for VC 2-0. Fairly easy series win for Hooligans here, with Reach for VC putting up a solid fight in game 2. Zizak, averaging 19 points out of the corner, was the Hooligans' best, helped by Croc, dropping a near triple-double in game 1 with 17, 21, and 8. Ozark was pretty solid as well, dropping 20.5 points and 8 assists per game for the series as well. Tommy for Reach for VC, dropping 26 on near-perfect shooting. Just wasn't enough for them. And SWAT, they sweep Liabilities 2-0 in another series. SWAT win game 1 by 21 after winning the third quarter 24-1.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything as lopsided as that?
Our Dennis Phoenix game before the last 30 seconds, we lost the last quarter 20-0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ouch. Pope in this one averaged 27 from the corner while also getting himself 8 steals in game 1. Mitz had 23 assists at the end of the third of game 2 in the blowout victory. Lockeye with 2 double-doubles, including a 25 rebound performance in game 1, topping the highest rebound count for the week. Yep. Thanos squad sweep Reach for VC 2-0. Pretty close matchup with Thanos squad running away with it in the last quarter. Grundy averaging 19 was Thanos squad's best. Jerkwa did everything he could with a massive 29 and 29.5 and 6.5 steals for reach for VC, but it wasn't enough. Grundy last year was being talked about in perhaps the top 5 shooting guards in the server.
Yeah.
You still see him being around the mark?
Right now, probably not.
Yep.
But I'm sure once it'll come. He was, well, I know last year when we played Chico and them, we always used to put our lock on Grundy because he was so dominant that we weren't as worried about Chico. We were more worried about Grundy getting the ball and shooting a midi.
That's right. Goon Squad, or Goon Nation, sorry, sweep Kiss My TNs 2-0.
We got
nice
there.
Little series sweep for your boys, mate.
Yeah, really, really good series from us. Offense finally got rolling, especially in game 1.
Yep.
I actually quit out in the third quarter because we were, just outplaying them.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone was shooting good.
Yeah, what did you have? 70, 30 boards, 20 assists?
I think I've got it here.
Okay.
In game 1, 14.
Yep.
Before they quit out.
Yep.
And game 2, 8.
You're making the scorers work.
I provided my best. Got to give a shout out to John and Sean in the corners, absolute shooters.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Ice Hot Gaming defeat MILF Hunters 2-1. A very close series, this one, with Ice Hot coming away with it just. Game 1 saw a close win for the MILF Hunters, 56-51. Maggie Swish with 22 and Kakasoda with 19 led all scorers. I'm D-Shine was the pick of Ice Hot with a very solid 12 and 16 double-double. Game 2 was much better for Ice Hot as they come away 64-57 winners. No Look with 24 out of the corner was Ice Hot's best, along with D-Shine and Cody Kong both getting double-doubles. Snakey with 16 and 14 was the best for the MILF Hunters. And Game 3 was all Ice Hot as they close out the series 60-47. D-Shine with 11 and 16 and Martin DXL 19 were Ice Hot's best. Maggie Swish again was one of the better players of MILF Hunters with 31.
Full court press. Series, this one.
What's that, sorry?
It was a really, really solid series, that one. Really went down to the wire almost every game.
Full court press sweep South Side Swingers 2-0. Again, we see the lads over at Xbox getting another sweep. Sunsets averaging 14 and 5 and 16 and 16.5, over the series. He was one of the best, wasn't he?
Yeah. I don't think he's an actual center, Sunsets. I think I remember him more as a lock / anchor, but he's sort of moved over to center and he's putting up some good performances. How's
this for pick and roll defense? Ollie and Suspected held the opposition PG to just 9 points all series.
Yeah, really, really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that there's pass first point guards out there, but you need to score.
Absolutely. No, this team's point guard, he shot 4 for 20 all series. They held him to 4 for 20. Really, really solid.
That's elite defense. Mangoat averaging 18.5 points from the corner with Southside's best, but unfortunately came up short. Toenails, they sweep the Queens Guard 2-0. Very tight series with Toenails coming away with it. Clutters averaging 17 assists, most of which went to Half a Cookie, averaging 21.5 points, and XKVS The World averaging 22.5 points. Queens PG Kirky averaged 26.5 and 9 assists, but unfortunately wasn't enough in the end. Unknown, they sweep the Prophecy. Pretty solid win here for Unknown.
Yep. Average winning margin of 21. They're just proven that they can get it done and get it done comfortably.
Yeah.
Delaney again averaged 17 and 15 and Will 20 and 12. Unknown's best. And a shout out has to go to Jibbathy on Prophecy, shooting 78% from 3 over the series out the corner. Very, very solid stuff.
That's solid shooting.
Yep.
Given how much people have been complaining about shooting in this game.
Yep.
That's elite numbers.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of forfeits now that we're going to bring up. Unknown sweep Asylum 2-0 due to forfeit. NZ Black sweep Reach for VC 2-0 due to forfeit. Low Key Academy sweep Rise 2-0 due to forfeit. Sugar Plums sweep Rise 2-0 due to forfeit. You pay your money, guys. Come on, play the games.
No one likes a forfeit.
Hates forfeit.
Hates
And there will be a soundbite for people that forfeit next week. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that. In our last game of the week, mate, the Queen's Guard came back to beat Liabilities 2-1. What did you see in this one?
Liabilities in game one. They came back in the fourth quarter actually after being down, and they won 55-49 off a very nice game from their shooting guard Blee, grabbing himself 19 points and 5 steals. And Queen's Guard Lock O-Boxed was very solid, getting himself 5 steals of his own
Mm-hmm.
in an unfortunate loss. But game two was much better for Queen's Guard, coming away with a hard-fought 55-50 victory.
Mhm.
Point guard AJ with 18 and 9 got them over the line. Blee once
Mhm.
again was the man for liabilities in this game, getting himself 23 off 10 for 12 shooting splits. Very solid shooting numbers. And game three was all defense, and Queen's Guard's defense was just much better, winning 47-40, which I think might be the lowest score out of a
I think so.
full
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
O-Box with a very nice 16 points and 5 steals, with Ankataj also getting 4 steals of his own, solidifying their series win.
Yeah. Nice. So that'll do us for the games for the week, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to do now is we're going to announce the player of the week. So as we've been reading through the stats, we've got a little group of people, I guess, where we talk about who potentially is the player of the week. So it's not just one person picking it. There's a series of people where we discuss who's played well for the week. And shout outs, I guess, for me personally, seeing how far Ozark's come already. Like, he did play against some lower quality competition, but the fact that he's putting up the numbers he has and he's leading a team with the likes of Croc and that in his side, hats off to him in the way that he's improved and the way that he's playing. Who else did you want to give a shout out to, mate? There was...
Better give a shout out to all of my boys on my team. They all played great this week. I didn't perform as well, but yeah, shout out to Moz, Daguda, or Mamba,
Yeah.
and Classified Veggie. Shout out them all. And a few other quick little
Awareness
ones.
had a good week.
Yeah, Awareness had a great week, and thought Lokai. I think he had grabbed a double in almost every single game.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets a shout out from me as well.
Absolutely. And Q Razzie as well had a
Yeah,
pretty
crazy.
good week.
Yep.
But our week one player of the week is going to go to none other than the Crayons I Pass Fake, who had combined stats of 240 points and 76 assists this week. So he averaged 30 points per game and 9.5 assists per game this week. So to I Pass Fake, congratulations. You are our Standard Squeeze player of the week. Hop into our DMs on X, on Twitter, or on here, the description, or there'll be a link down below in the description. Join the Discord, send myself or Deadly a DM, mate, and we will have your pack on your way thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. Tonight, before we knock off, mate, I do want to bring up that potentially this week's game of the week or series of the week is being played tonight at 11 o'clock it starts. So it's a late one, Victorian time.
Yep.
It is Ruthless versus Unknown, two of the better teams that have been getting around for some time. Is it Akim who will be streaming for Ruthless and B-Sav for Unknown?
I think B-Sav will be streaming it. That's my guess. Yeah, but I know Akim will probably be streaming it for Ruthless anyway.
Yeah. With the likes of Will Moven, B-Sav, the guys there at Unknown.
Gideon Farage, it's a really going to be a very competitive series.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of quality there. So for anyone that wants to see some of the better players in our server when Puma's not playing, then jump on Twitter and watch this series because I think you'll see some of the better players in our server going at it. In which, geez, it's going to be a 3-game series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which way do you think it goes?
I think the class of Ruthless is maybe just too much. I think they're too well-rounded. Like Unknown, they're all great, but I feel like if one person's off their game, then they're just they'll crumble a little bit. But yeah, Ruthless are seriously, I think they're second best to No way out right now.
Yeah, Will moving. If he's moving, they win.
Oh yeah, it's big worries.
Yeah,
Yep.
when he's on, there's not many better. Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap us up for week 1 of the ANZPL. Congrats to the winners. Greg Iverson or Dennis Phoenix, congratulations. You won our clip of the week. And to iPassFake, you are our player of the week. Both of you guys will win a standard squeeze pack. Thanks to the guys at the standard squeeze. Please hit up our DM so we can send you your prize packs. Remember, for next week, if you've got a clip that you think is worth or in consideration for being the player of the week, send it to us. We'll feature the top 3, and then we might even get a bit of a poll happening on Twitter or something. So then we can put it out to the Twitter sphere, to the community that we have, and whoever wins the vote can have the player of the week. So what do you reckon? Do you reckon we roll with that?
Yeah, that works for me.
Yep. And to everyone that's competed this week, congratulations. It is week 1. It is a new game. It is a little bit different to last year. But remember, we're giving you guys a platform to the rest of the world. We want to promote you guys. So don't be flogs, be good, or just remember that it's not just your friends that are watching when you're on Twitter. There are people all around the world that are now going to be tuning in to see the best of what Australia, New Zealand, and surrounds have got to offer. So just remember, all eyes are watching. You got anything else you'd like to add before we knock off?
No, that's about it. Thanks for having me on. And
mate, you're with us for the season, mate.
Yeah.
And for those that aren't aware, we are going to do weekly wrap-ups each week, and then grand final week, we will be doing reviews on each player for both teams, and then we will be streaming the grand final with live commentary with our man, the Super Coach Brain. But for this evening, on the horse, this is Deadly. We're out, and we'll see you the same time, 7:30 next week. We'll catch you then.